Hello and welcome back to the Cryptic Twist. I'm your host Alex Jones, and today we're looking at a Daily Mail Cryptic Crossword for the 29th of May. So let's get started. Okay, so one across. Meals cooked in a Massachusetts seaport. So with every cryptic crossword clue, we're going to have 1, a straightforward definition, and 2, some second sort of clue, be that another definition, be that some sort of wordplay. We'll see. For this one here, meals cooked in a Massachusetts seaport. I'm thinking meals cooked. Both of those words feel like they could be anagram indicators. So I'd make this front part of the clue the wordplay. The definition is likely right at the front or right at the end. So if both of those are anagram indicators, what's our anagram fodder? I think actually meals might be in this case our anagram fodder. So I think we can get a Massachusetts seaport with Salem. Now I don't know much about Salem other than the witch trial piece, but I do think it's in Massachusetts. Wouldn't have necessarily it was a seaport. I'll believe it for this. That does give us 3 crossing letters as well. So let's see what we can get from that. Be contemptuous of sulphur put on cereal. So on this one, I'm imagining, so there's 2 words in here that I think are useful, or 2 phrases, of and put on. These are both very holding a sentence together sort of words. One of them feels much more positional. So put on, I'm imagining that we've got something that means sulphur, probably the chemical symbol of it. I'm going to put that on some sort of cereal, some sort of grain, a synonym thereof at least, and that will give us a word, a 5-letter word that means be contemptuous. So what is the chemical symbol of sulphur? I want to say it's S, but I'm conscious that some of these are ones that you do get wrong. Yeah, straightforward S. So what could that be then? A cereal might be rice, oats, barley, wheat. What would a word, 5-letter word meaning be contemptuous or be contemptuous of mean? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get some crossing letters and come back. Restraint shown by group of soldiers crossing river. I mean, it's 7 letters, 3-letter word and then a 4-letter word. So I'm thinking that a group of soldiers might be a legion, which are only 6 letters, and that's going to cross river. So we're going to have part of the word on one side of a letter meaning river, probably the letter R. It can be used on maps as a single letter to indicate something, and that's going to give us part of the word legion on one side, part of the word on the other, and that will give us a restraint. So I reckon if we put it in here, we get leg iron, which is a sort of restraint from, Middle Ages or similar. We've got another couple of crossing letters here now. Let's go with this one first though. Secure a ship for Othello, perhaps. Ooh. So I'm thinking this might be a double definition with secure a ship being one and Othello perhaps being another. So I don't really know very much about Othello, but Othello must be an example of something, which is what the perhaps is doing. I want to say this is more. My knowledge of Othello is low, but I would have said that it was Iago in Othello who was maybe the foreigner, though I don't know where Othello is set. Maybe maybe Othello the Moor is the local, and Iago, yeah, is the foreigner, but not a Moor himself. Standard selection from Beethoven or Mozart. Okay, so we've got a different sort of clue here. We're doing well for different sorts of clues, actually. So I think this one here, we've got hidden. The word from here is saying that within the text string, Beethoven or Mozart, we might have something that means a standard selection, or standard maybe, and selection from might be the hidden indicator. So within this phrase, we do have, starting with this N, N-O-R-M, norm, which I think is going to give us our answer. I really feel like this should be helping us with this potential serial. What serials are there? A 4-letter serial ending in N. If you can see what this one is, get in the comments with the timestamp of when you got there, because I'm sure you're getting it before me. A short day with bird or mammal. A short day might just be the letter D. So I think there's two ways to read this, and these basically involve splitting the clue in different places. So short day with bird, which might give us a mammal. We're looking for an animal that's a mammal as our definition. Or short day, maybe the whole thing means that, and we'll get that with a short synonym for a bird and then a mammal. Short day would be like maybe the winter solstice or similar, which I'm not seeing being there, so that makes me think that short day with bird is our wordplay. I'm not seeing what it might be. Alright, we don't have that many crossing letters now that we can use, so let's go up here. Knocker provided by learner. This feels like it could be a double definition. I'm not seeing it. Kid not finishing meals. So I'm thinking this is maybe a word that means kid, and then it's missing the last letter, and that gives us some meals, or the other way around. Yeah, I'm not quite seeing it. Again, we'll see if we can get it with a crossing letter. Stealthily pursued. Son divulged information. Yeah, I'm not seeing that one either. I'm not even seeing what this could be in terms of its construction. I'm thinking son is part of the wordplay, but I'm not sure if that's the start or the end, and our definition would be stealthily pursued or divulged information. Well, 12 across, the construction looks fairly straightforward. Ordering is a very clear anagram indicator, and salmon pie in is the right number of letters for anagram fodder. We've got the N positioned here. This looks like it should be really obvious, but I still can't quite see it. Time has resolved. Again, that feels like it could be anagram fodder and anagram indicator. Lack of belief. Atheism, I think. Yeah. Oof, got one, okay. Now, do we continue going through all the crosses or use the crossing letters that we've got? Let's try using the crossing letters. Former partner, probably X, with postman living abroad. Well, living abroad could be an expat, and that's making a reference to postman Pat, I assume. So, yeah, we kind of got a bit of the wordplay and then use that to get the definition, and then use that to get the rest of the wordplay. But we got there, and we're happy with it. We've got here now. Knock a bit off. Approach. Shot. So knock a bit off, or a bit off implies to me, well, it might be kind of a hidden, we're going to take some of it away. But with the P at the end, I can't quite make that work with approach and shot. The best I can kind of get is if we take maybe a bit of off approach, and so get fap, but I don't think that's going to be our... I don't think that's going to be it. Wendy's family pets. I mean, I assume that Wendy's is part of the wordplay. If you've got a proper noun like that, it's unlikely to be a definition. I know we saw it up here with the Othello one, but that was very specifically saying that Othello was an example of something. Here, Wendy, if it was the definition, would be the definition. It wouldn't be an example of a Wendy. And if that's the case, then... I mean, wait for me to be proved wrong now. Family could be the word kin. Could be to do with animals. Could be to do with the act of petting something. Don't know. Stop to eat a Malaysian dish. Just looking at that, I'm not even sure what the construction is, what part's definition wordplay either. So I think we're going to... I think we'll come back to that one as well. The crew dined, we hear. So this one here, the phrase we hear is probably a homophone indicator, and I'm imagining therefore that we're taking a word for dined, and we're going to take that and it will sound like a word that means the crew. The crew, could that be? The crew could be the cast, the team, I'm concentrating on the noun, but crew can also be a verb, but kind of means similar thing, right? The crew, the cruiser, for example. The crew noun, crew verb, the cruiser. Dined, past tense, ate, supped. Not sure, but that's it for our cross clues. All right, let's start with the end of the down clues, and we'll see. Time to regret being faithful. Okay, this one I can see. It's a charade. So time can be shortened to T. Regret. If you regret something, you might rue it, and that gives us true, which can mean being faithful. Okay. So here, I think because of the E, this is going to be 8. So we hear dined. That would mean that they ate, A-T-E. So we're getting 8 here. And crew, I guess there are some boating sports, aren't there, where a crew is specifically 8 people, like Olympic sports, some of the rowing there. So it could be reasonable as a synonym. It feels a little loose if you don't know specific what sport it is, but I can believe that that's right. Okay. Drunk, held firmly. I feel like this might be tight. I think it's a double definition, though I am going to need to make reference to the dictionary here. So tight, I think obviously means, we looked it up at some point before. Clearly it's, that makes me think we might be right on saying that it means this. So tight, I think very clearly means held firmly. I think it might be a British slang term for drunk. Yes, meaning number 7, informal, drunk. So we can take that one, that looks good. We've got some more crossing letters over here now, but let's not come back to that quite yet, maybe. Let's take a look at these other ones that we've got. Without polish, without lead or lead. I'm imagining that where we've got this comma here implies that or tries to imply it's going to be double definition. You've got a word that means without polish and another word that means without lead or without lead. I think what we're actually going to get is our definition might be without, and then we've got a word for polish, and then that is going to be without, it's going to be outside of a word that means lead or lead or the chemical symbol thereof. There's a lot of options there. On that basis, I think I'm going to go up here. So games for a striker, and that is going to be matches. That's a double definition. So a game is going to be a match, plural will be matches, and a striker is you strike a match. So I think that's what that's saying. That's why I got the question mark as well, because if you look up striker in a dictionary, you wouldn't see matches there, but it's kind of a somewhat cryptic way of describing a match. Oh, we've got some good crossing letters there now. Tempted to have a look at those, but let's see what else we've got. Upset, pasty-faced PC, Leaves Festival, 5 and then 3. Oh, we've got a lot of good crossing letters now. We've got this one, this word here, and this word here with good crossing letters. I think matches really helped us. I'm not seeing that, but let's revisit this one and see if that helps. Salmon pie. I'm thinking that might be, salmon pie inn. I'm thinking that might be Minneapolis now. Now, how do we spell Minneapolis is an interesting one. Minneapolis. That feels reasonable given the letters that we've got. Okay, this E is not as much help as I would like. Now you've got this with the L and G. I'm wondering if that could be lacking. Oh, so lacking might be without polish. So maybe it is just a double definition then. But do we think that could mean without lead? Well, let's take a look at this and see if that helps. Novelist. I don't think we looked at this one earlier. Novelist not finishing Rob Roy, for example. Okay, so Rob Roy is an example of a Scot. So that feels reasonable. So I think novelist not finishing, we're taking the name of a novelist and we're shortening it by maybe a letter. So I'm imagining that it might be a writer called Scott, S-C-O-T-T, and that's how we're getting that one. Let's have a look at Scott novelist. Walter Scott, a Scottish novelist and poet. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that one then. That makes lacking feel a lot better, even if we don't quite understand the wordplay. And I'm conscious that every time in these videos I say, oh, I'm reasonably happy with this, even though I don't quite understand the wordplay. 5 minutes later I go, oh, that word's wrong and it's for this reason. Okay. If we're going for family, the only place, I'm meaning kin, the only place we could get kin would be there, which isn't completely ridiculous because that gives us an ing. Oh, hang on. I don't think that's what we're doing. By putting king in there, I've seen what the word I think is, so it was a bit of a lucky mistake, but I think that's actually going to be an L because I think this is going to be darlings. And bear with me here. I think family pets is one definition, and you would refer to those pets as darlings. I think we're then making reference to Wendy from Peter Pan, whose surname, I believe, is Darling. So if something is Wendy's, you might refer to it as darlings. Honestly, I think my reasoning for this one is, probably feels a little bit loose, but I think that's what we're going for, and I'm reasonably happy with what we've got there. knock a bit off approach shot. That's going to be chip, I think, isn't it? If you knock a bit off, then you chip a bit off. And an approach shot is going to be a golf reference, and I don't know my golf strokes, but a chip is going to be a shot where you're trying to get it onto the green. So I think that is okay. Casual footwear for couch potatoes. Ah, this one feels good. This is just a double definition. A loafer is a casual shoe, and a couch potato is someone who loafs. That's fine. Essential spirit, finally found in small bottle. I mean, the surface reading is making me think of the word genie, because it's a spirit that you would find in a bottle, and it's 5 letters. I don't think it's right though. I can't make any wordplay work. Like a spirit might be gin, but the letters aren't in the right order, because genie is going to be G-E-N-I-E. Gin is G-I-N. You're moving it around. I can't see an anagram indicator, all those sorts of things. Have a meal with fruit brought round for primate. Primate might be a monkey or an ape. We've got a 3-letter word at the end with a P in the middle, so ape could be reasonable. Great ape. That would be our primate. Now, can we make that work with the wordplay? If you had a meal, you would eat, and around that, so brought around that, we've got a fruit, a grape. So yeah, that feels good. Got some crossing letters up here. Knocker provided. If you provide something, you give it. So provided past tense would be gave. With learner, which can be shortened to L, we get gavel, which is something that knocks. A judge uses one to knock, so that feels good. And V is a starting letter here. Vodka. So I'm mostly just going on the word spirit here. Essential spirit, finally found, could be the letter D. And if you have that in a small bottle, if a vodka is a small bottle, then the wordplay I think we can make work, but I have never heard vodka meaning. I've never heard of a vodka. I think I would guess vodka anyway. I'm not seeing it. Let's test this by looking at this D then. Kid. Not finishing meals. I don't like that D for either of the word kid or meals. So I think I'm going to take that out for now. We'll hope for a crossing letter down here. Be contemptuous of. Our cereal, I think, is corn. So scorn. We've now got all the crossing letters here, so even though they're all vowels and a G, we'll see. Mongoose. Yeah, so the short day is Monday, shortened to mon. The bird is a goose, so our mammal is a mongoose. Okay. Stop to eat. If you stop to eat something, you would sit. Presumably a satay, Malaysian dish. I can't quite see where that Y comes from. Stop to eat. Oh, no. Stop to eat a. So stop would be stay, and that is going to eat. That's going to take inside of it the letter A, giving us the Malaysian dish. Yes, okay. Upset. Pasty-faced. PC. Leaves festival. I mean, that feels like it has to be day. Pasty-faced PC leaves. Okay, so we've got PC leaves here. We've got the letters P and C in here. What happens if we take those out? I mean, clearly this here is longer than the 8 letters we're looking at, But if we take those two out, we get 8 letters, and upset could be an anagram indicator. So what have we got left? We've used the A, the S. We haven't used the T yet. We've used the Y. So feast day is looking likely, isn't it? Yeah, so pasty faced, take away the P, take away the C, anagram that, feast day. Okay, just this top corner then. I think once we get one of these, the other 3 are going to fall into place. So just see if we can do that. Stalked. Yes, that's right. So my thinking was sun is going to be part of the wordplay, and that can be abbreviated to S. If we have that at the beginning, so, well, I was thinking we'd have it at the beginning, but let's approach it from the other side first of all. What if this was at the end? Then divulged past tense information, is that likely to end in an S? Probably not. So then what if we have it at the beginning and we're looking for a word that means stealthily pursued, starts ST and works here. And then I thought stalked, and we get that by son, S, who divulged information, who talked, as our wordplay. So definitely not vodka then. Vital. If something is essential, it's vital. Do we like that? Yes. Spirit, finally, the last letter of spirit, T, found in a small bottle. So vial is a small bottle, V-I-A-L. We're going to put the T in that. Excellent, that's fine. Kid not finishing meals. Teas? Like T-E-A-S would be meals. There would be lots of tea times. But why would that be a kid not finishing? It's not a kid as in a child. It's a kid as in a kid. It's the verb kid as in to jokes to joke with someone, to tease them. T-E-A-S-E, knocking off that E, hence the not finishing. That gives us our meals. So I think we're happy with that. Let's see what we get. Excellent. That was okay actually. I think there were 1 or 2 which we found a little tricky. We got a little bit lucky with some of the guesses that I think I made in there that turned out okay. We very much appreciated when something didn't look like it was going to be right and changed our minds on it. But yeah, I think that was pretty good. I can't see any in there that I didn't understand after looking at it. No, I think we got all of them. I can't see any that need further explanation. Okay, well, if you enjoyed what you saw, please do like and subscribe. If there were any things that you think I missed, could have got faster, should have seen the first time round, put a note in the comments, chastise me there. And yeah, come on back tomorrow. We'll be solving the next days. I think tomorrow is my 1 month anniversary of posting these. So again, until tomorrow, thank you very much.